Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aquarius for the middle of May. Now Aquarius, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Aquarius, I do not offer personal readings. So if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I will not send you a message on any platform. I do content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Aquarius. Now, you know the drill. The only way this channel continues growing is if you hit the like button and subscribe. It really does help with the growth of this channel, but more importantly, hitting the like button does ensure that other people who may need to hear this message do have an opportunity to do that, so please consider hitting like. All right, so let's go ahead and take 3 of these cards. I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot as well as the as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to both of these decks in the description below. All right, Aquarius. See what we have here. Energy on the bottom. You have the Tower. All right, so Tower energy, right? This is definitely an energy that is feared in tarot readings, but you know, listen, I'm going to say this every time. Tower moments are not meant to be feared. And Tower moments really are truly meant to be embraced, because Tower moments are actually blessings in disguise. Reason being is, as you can see, as I've pointed this out in other readings, this Tower does not have any doors on it, right? And so the people falling from the Tower, they had no way of getting out. Well, now the Tower moment happens. They have a way out. A door has opened. This is a blessing in disguise. The Tower moment happens when you are operating in a situation that may not be on stable ground. You know, you may be living or feeling like you're living in a house of cards, and the whole purpose of Towers is to expose that. And so just remember all of that, but also just remember that the Tower always leads you to the energy of the star, which is hope, healing, optimism. And so it can be an upheaval, it can be a big sudden change, and it can be challenging. Changes are challenging. But again, the core message here is that this is probably a necessary situation when you have Tower moments, right? So let's see what the Tower moment might be around. So in your overall situation, you have your current situation rather, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of competition, struggle, but more importantly, standing your ground, okay? The thing with the Seven of Wands that I always like to say is, you can't get to the Seven of Wands without first being successful. And the reason being is because the Six of Wands comes before it. The Six of Wands is a major card of success, and part of what goes along with being a successful person in this lifetime is having to deal with competition and jealousy. And does it happen all the time? No, that doesn't always happen. But many times when other people who do not have your best interest see you being successful, you have to stand up for yourself, right? And oftentimes there will be an element of competition around that moment. And so I feel like potentially you find something out about somebody that is a little bit troubling, a little bit challenging here, particularly if you're in a workplace situation. I also feel like the Seven of Wands is a very good card to find in this case, as you maybe are dealing with a change and an upheaval that catches you by surprise. Standing your ground, okay, holding on to what you have as you maybe deal with the realities of a change. And you know, and I say that even if you're not dealing with another person, if there's not another person's energy involved here, although there could be, because we have a king, we have 2 pages, we have a queen, we have the emperor, and we have this other king here. And in fact, in the problem position, you do have this King of Swords energy, which can be a Libra energy, but really, you know, this can be somebody who maybe abuses power. Remember, this is in the problem position, so you have to look at it from more of a detriment when you read the card here in the problem position. And so this King of Swords in their detriment can be somebody who abuses power, because they are typically somebody that you entrust you put your trust in, or you ask to lead you. King of Swords is a leader, but if they're not being an honest leader, they could abuse that sort of power that they have. And so it's possible here, actually this is a very specific message for someone. I don't think this is the core message for everybody, but for someone, you may be dealing with a boss that is not supporting you along your path at work. I certainly think that that could be the case for some of you. But let's dive into this a little bit more. Now, in the past, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. So we have a variety here. Okay, variety pack here of court cards. You have this Queen of Pentacles, which is really somebody who's concerned about their financial independence. This is somebody who has the element of dependability and, more importantly, practicality. The Queen of Pentacles will not rock the boat, particularly in their financial situation, in their personal financial situation. This is a big energy when you're looking to like build a savings, build on top of the savings that you have, make some smart investments, move money around, situations like that. The Queen of Pentacles could even be somebody who's an executor of an estate in charge of a will. It could be somebody, this card can come forward when there are inheritances on the line. But there could be something here between you and your significant other, by the way, because you have this Queen of Pentacles, you have this King of Pentacles. Those are counterparts here. We're going to talk about the King of Pentacles more as we go along, but this could certainly be on the table for some of you. It's like for some of you here, you've spent some time asking yourself what it is that you need to do to maybe become more financially independent. And it's almost like, here's the thing, when you ask the universe for an answer, you will get one. And maybe the answer has come forward in the form of a tower moment. And, you know, maybe you can't see it right now, but maybe this tower moment is really the thing that you needed to see where you become more financially independent. Just an example. This is something that may be coming in for some of you. This is I'll tell you what, this is not a straightforward reading. In the future, you have the Page of Cups, because we're hopping all over the place here. We're talking about competition. We're talking about this tower moment. For some people, you're dealing with a boss. For some people, it's about finances. But then here in the future, you have this Page of Cups, which the Page of Cups can come forward when there's maybe a romantic proposal on the table, but it can also be about potentially a creative proposal. Not everybody's going to be dealing with love, and so it can also deal with a creative proposal here as well. For some of you, there is love, though, because of the counterparts energy here with the King and the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Cups here, and then also this Four of Wands, which we'll talk about more in a second, in just a second here. And so there could be something around your relationship here that undergoes maybe changes or undergoes some type of revelation, because the Tower can also be a revelation. Now, the Page of Cups can also say that you are a classic dreamer. And it's great to be a dreamer. I'm a big fan of having dreams, and I don't even really think daydreaming is like a bad thing. But you also need to meet those dreams with action. That's the thing with the Page of Cups. And so just something to be just to be mindful of here. Now, on your conscious awareness, on your thoughts, or on your mind, you do have this Four of Wands. Okay, so this is a card of marriage. And again, so, you know, we're kind of building a narrative here around something potentially changing, happening, or some revelation coming to light in a relationship. With this Four of Wands, you might have your significant other on your minds. You may have partnership on your mind here with this Tower. And it's like, I do feel like there could be news in these areas, because the Page of Cups can be news of the heart or news of a relationship, something like that here. Could be something that changes. I never like to scare people. I'm certainly not here to scare. Again, remember, the Tower moments eventually lead you to something that's more aligned with your path. You may not see it in the moment when it happens. It's almost like some of you are concerned that there's maybe competition between you and your significant other, or you may be interested in somebody and you may be fearful that there's another party involved. Like you're concerned that there's competition around the person that you're interested in, which again, you shouldn't really be competing in love. That's the thing, like you just shouldn't be. In the subconscious, in the lower row, what you can't see or the hidden, you do have this Seven of Cups. Overwhelming. I'll tell you what, this reading feels overwhelming, and the Seven of Cups is a card of overwhelm. It's a card of like being scattered, having scattered energy. This reading, to be totally real with you, feels scattered. And, you know, I normally am somebody who can have a very succinct message, but this is all over the place. The energies here are all over the place. We have things in the pentacles, in the wands, in the cups, in the swords. We have it all over the place. And the thing is, there's this chaos on the board because you have the tower as well. For some of you, it's like, some of you need to catch, it's like you're asking yourself, can I catch a break? Or can I take a moment here to catch my breath? Or, you know, it's something like that that's going on here at this time, I think, for many of you. Let's just go ahead and move forward here. So in the staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you do have this page of wands. So you have double pages here, page of cups, page of wands, definitely two good pages. But when I get two or more pages in a reading, to me that always says you're going to have a communicative period of time. There are going to be lots of conversation, lots of insights, lots of news, potentially, maybe even a lot of offers. The Page of Wands in particular can be about a job offer or a career opportunity. Although in this case, I don't know if that is it. It certainly could be, but you know, it certainly could be because you have, yeah, it certainly could be because you have this Seven of Cups here. When I get the Seven of Cups and the Page of Wands, this to me says that there's an abundance of opportunity because the Seven of Cups is an abundance of choice or an abundance of options. And then you have it with double pages, which means there's a lot of offers, there's a lot of options, there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of news, so forth and so on. So that could certainly be the case coming in for some of you here, if that's what you've been looking for. This is just going to be a mixed bag reading because it's really hard for me to kind of get a succinct message here. In the external influence, we have this aforementioned King of Pentacles here. So you do have this with the Queen of Pentacles, so counterparts here. Again, if you're not in a career storyline, if you're here for love, there's something that you're maybe finding out. Okay, there's something that you're maybe finding out, and I'm not entirely clear if this is good or bad. All I know is there's a revelation. There is absolutely a revelation here with the Tower on the bottom and the marriage, the Four of Wands, which is a major marriage card, on your mind, with the Page of Cups, news of relationships, news of the heart, emotional news. And then, you know, you have this energy of competition, you have this scattered energy, you have this revelation here with the Tower. And so I do feel like there's something that you might have an understanding around here. I'll be very curious to see what comes in with these three cards here to clarify as it relates to the relationship situation. If you're here for a career, my biggest advice for you at this time is to pare down, okay? Because that's what the King of Pentacles does. They stick to the thing that works for them. And the thing is, this is such a scattered message where it's like, I think some of the Aquarius energy right now is like, can we pare down? In the hopes and fears, you have this Two of Wands here, which is really needing to make a choice, needing to pare down, needing to pick a wand instead of trying to balance both wands. Pick a wand, and then realizing that once you pick a wand, the entire world is in the palm of your hands here. And so this is about planning, research. Some of you are concerned, some of you are fearful around a choice, around making a choice, around making the right choice. In the outcome, you have the Emperor, which is a very good sign of success in life. It is the father archetype, but it's really a major message of very good energy of success in business situations. It's a good omen to find in business. It's the energy of stability, of success, of being a boss. It is big boss energy. Going back to that original storyline, I think very specifically, like a small amount of you, or at least some portion of you, are going to be dealing with a challenging boss figure. And I think some of you are trying to figure out how to handle that situation. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's take these three cards to clarify. So you have the Two of Swords, you have the Five of Cups, and you have the Three of Pentacles. Workplace situation. This is your colleagues. The Three of Pentacles is, you know, yeah, your work environment, your teammates, your colleagues, the people you work with. It can say that you are being recognized and rewarded for good work that you've been doing. But you have this here with a disappointment with the Five of Cups and the Two of Swords, which can indicate like a war of words or an injustice that may happen, not being able to see something clearly here. And I think that there is some sort of like confusion around work right now for some of you. I think there's some sort of confusion around work. And again, I think the biggest piece of advice that I can give you here for that scenario in particular is like, if there is something that's working, to really stick with it at this time, like your bread and butter. Okay, like stick to your bread and butter here at this time. Now, in careers, or in this love situation, I said I was going to be curious to see what happens here. It's almost like maybe your significant other works too much. You feel like you need to have a conversation with them, I get the sense, and you're having a hard time coming up with the words to say. There's something that you're maybe even just a little bit melancholy over when it comes to your partnership, and it's like you're struggling to figure out how to communicate that. Again, my advice for that would be to, as long as you're speaking from the heart, and as long as the connection is soul-centered, and this is somebody that you really truly want to spend your time with, it will work out. And maybe that's the Tower exposing that situation. So you have courthouse, wealthy man, and main male. I wonder if some of you are thinking about divorce here with the courthouse card. I know this is like such a weird message here. I don't attach gender to my cards, but this person could have, so as a result, this person could have a masculine energy about them with the kings here, the two kings, the emperor, and then the wealthy man, main male. And so that's a lot of masculine energy here. So some of you could be dealing with a masculine. And that's what I have here for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.